So you're about to see a little bit of an update on something that I haven't given an update on in quite some time. Yep, that's right. The E30 is finally back in my house. And I haven't really made any updates on my YouTube here just because I've been super busy with life and I was spending so much time trying to clear out this garage to make room for this car. I never really showed my garage before the E30 was in here, but this whole shelf unit was on this wall over here, as well as a bunch of gardening tools and stuff that was just taking up a ton of space over there. And I realized if I got rid of all of that and moved it, then I would have plenty of room for the E30 to fit in this garage. I'd say it fits pretty nicely. I also decided to build a little bit of a wheel storage rack. So I'm currently storing some of my tires for the Gaudi J55As. These wheels belong on the E30. I'm currently in the process of refinishing them. Everything in here is honestly a complete mess still. I still have to kind of go through and organize all this stuff. I was just really trying to make sure I got the E30 down here and figured I could organize everything else once the E30 was actually down here. I will say it is kind of weird seeing these cars in the same garage together. It's been a really long time since I've seen that. The one thing that I cannot wait to do is get those wheels back on the E30. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. And I realized I never really gave a proper update video on the E30. I had a whole plan to make a video where I changed the oil and got the car started up for the first time in over 3 years. While I did record all of that, I wasn't 100% set on posting that video. I edited most of it, but it was kind of a short video and I just didn't really like how it turned out. So I might include a little bit of that footage just at the first start because it was kind of cool seeing it start up for the first time. Old filter is out. Let's get this new filter open. All right, here goes nothing. It is so awesome seeing this thing run after so many years. And it sounds so good. Unfortunately, I didn't really get any driving footage of this car. The other day, I did decide to wash it, so it finally looks semi-clean now. Obviously, there's a ton of scratches and swirls and watermarks on this paint, but today we have a car meet, which is pretty local to me, and it's nothing crazy. It's just kind of a smaller meetup, and some of my friends should be going, so I think we're gonna try to take the E30. As much as I would love to drive the 335, I just want to drive this car at least once and just get it out on the road, because sometimes whenever you're driving the car, you actually just want to work on it more. But before I actually take it anywhere, I kind of need to put a new headlight in the car. I actually started removing some of the old plastic bits from whenever the deer smashed into the front end. I took all that stuff out, and I also took out my zip tied headlight. I think it would benefit from some better headlights. If only we could find some new headlights somewhere. Not to worry, we already have some new headlights for the E30. These are the Euro Smileys. Now, unfortunately, they're not real Euro Smileys. They are the depot or depot headlights, whatever you want to call them. Even though they're pretty cheap, I do hear that the quality is actually fairly decent on them. And I'd rather spend 200 bucks on these than over 1,000 for some nice OEM Euro Smileys. Who knows, maybe one day I decide that I want to get the genuine Euro Smileys, but for now, these will do. I'm actually really curious to see how these headlights look. I think they're gonna be pretty awesome once we get them in. Just visually, they look awesome. And honestly, I can't wait to wire up the little city light. I don't know, just something about the city light is pretty cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is just pop out this grill and get this out of the way. And unfortunately, while I was taking some of this stuff apart, I did notice that the headlight bracket is a little bit bent. So we're gonna have to kind of bend that back and make sure the headlight sits in there properly. But I don't think that should be too big of a deal. Hopefully we can kind of wiggle it and get it where we need to. I don't think it'll be an issue. We won't know until we start working on it. So let's get to work. So I've kind of bent this tab back to at least somewhat of a normal shape. But the only problem is I don't really know exactly how it's supposed to look. So I think I'm gonna have to pop off at least the grill on this side, just so I can see exactly how it looks and try to get it as close as possible on this side. And then we can just adjust from there. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep working at this and seeing if we can't get it right. I was kind of able to get a good idea as to how this one is supposed to look, and I was able to bend it at least to somewhat match how the other one is. I think it should fit perfectly, but we're gonna try throwing this headlight in and maybe chuck in what's remaining of this front grille here just to see if it lines up properly. I'm not super worried about it at this current moment. I just want it to be at least decent, so I'll give you an update once we have the headlight in. So this is the best I can do for now. They look pretty decent, and I know they're not gonna be perfect because, well, this grille is not perfect either. Like I said, the main goal here is just to make sure that I can drive this car if it gets dark out without attracting too much attention from law enforcement. So this is gonna have to do for now. Everything looks pretty good. I am gonna throw this bulb in and see if the light works, because obviously if the low beam works, I can drive it tonight. And I don't even gotta worry about stopping and getting a high beam because the low beam is good enough for now. So I'm gonna throw this bulb in, get a shower, and get some normal clothes on, and then we're gonna take this car out and see if we can't go to that meet. All right, so I'm all cleaned up now and pretty much ready to go to this meet. So now we just need to get the 335 out of the way so we can get the 335 out of the garage, and then we'll be on our way. All right, so it's been a few days since I went to that meet and it turned out great. Car drove absolutely wonderful. I got to the meet a little bit late. There wasn't too many people there besides a few friends who were very shocked to see that the E30 was actually there. So that was pretty cool to see their reactions to this car finally showing up to something. There wasn't really a whole lot that went on in this video, but I figured I was working on the E30, so why not record it and post it because, well, I can. And as I'm recording this, I am also making a video about refinishing these gaudy J55A wheels that will be going onto the E30 at some point, so stay on the lookout for that. Then I'll probably start making more videos on the 335 because I know that's why most of you are here. The E30 has just been super motivating for me recently, which is why I've been kind of putting a little bit of focus on that car. Nothing wrong with the 335, it's still doing great, but you just gotta respect your elders sometimes. So that's gonna do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.